Sahabat sahabatku, salam hormat. Vanakkam. My fellow Singaporeans, good to see you in Aljunied. Remember Aljunied? Remember that you are here tonight on the 5th of May 2011 in Aljunied. Because many years from now, your grandchildren will ask you, did you do your part for Singapore in Aljunied? With your help, Singapore will take another step forward in Aljunied. With your help, after Anson, after Potong Pasir, after Hougang, there will be Aljunied. Tonight marks the end of our short campaign. This has been quite a personal journey for me. I am not known in public life in Singapore, and so I've got to learn to answer questions in public about my personal history and beliefs, and that has been a new and humbling experience. The personal questions mostly had to do with why I left Singapore and why I came back. I left because after my ROD from the army, I could not get into NUS to study to be a doctor, even though I did quite well in my examinations. But there was scholarship and there was financial aid to go overseas to study. So I took a chance and I ended up in America. As many of you know, life can be unpredictable. And one thing led to another. My studies and my work took me from America to England, back to America, then to Hong Kong and China. But throughout all this time, I thought of myself as Singaporean. My heart has always been here in Singapore. This is where my parents live. This is where my sister lives, where her family lives, where my friends live. And when I travel back to Singapore to see them, which I do several times a year, I carry my red passport. And I carry my pink IC. I turned 50 this year. I have done well for myself and my family, but that is not enough. I want to give back and I want to do more for society. Every generation, Singaporeans are called upon to come forward and help give our country a little nudge in the direction that we think it should go. And in my case, it is towards a government that operates under a parliament in which real checks and balances are provided by an effective opposition. I think such a parliament will offer us the best chance of producing government policies that are responsive to the needs and the wishes of the people of Singapore, including you in Aljunied. To the voters in Aljunied, I am humbled by the prospects of winning your confidence to serve as your representative in Parliament. But I am confident in the knowledge that in fellowship with my teammates, Ms. Sylvia Lim, Lau Tia Kiang, Faisal Manap, and Pritam Singh, we will do the best job that we can. Please let me share with you why you should vote for the Workers' Party. We will aim to run the most efficient and effective town council for you. Your estate will be well maintained, and we will work hard to foster a community spirit, and there will be no reason for your property prices to go down. We will push the government to make public housing affordable for you and your children. Plans for the Northeast MRT line will carry on. Other announced plans, such as for lift upgrading, will carry on. We will work with our government to ensure that these plans are implemented. As your elected representatives in Parliament, we will hold your government accountable. We will help the government ministers serve you better, faster, and cheaper. Of course, we understand that nobody is perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody has all the right answers. But that is why we need more Workers' Party MPs in Parliament. In Parliament, we hope to engage the government in more robust discussions and debate on government policy and plans. Examples from the last 5 years would have included our immigration and foreign worker policies. These policies affected not just our jobs and wages, but also housing, our property prices, schools, transportation, and living space. Ministerial salary is another example. When we pay a minister over $5,000 a day, but give a Singaporean on public assistance only $11 a day, we need to reflect on what we mean by progress as a nation. When we increase the compensation for our political office holders by 30% this year, while real median household income only increased by 0.3%, we need to reflect on what we mean by public service. The Workers' Party believes that ministers should be rewarded fairly and equitably for their hard work and for their contribution to our nation's progress. But we feel that this is best done by benchmarking their salaries against ministers of other developed countries. It will make our ministers' salaries truly world-class and not out of this world. In addition to your needs as ordinary Singaporeans, the Workers' Party is concerned about the welfare of Singaporeans in need. When you vote, spare a thought for them, the poor, the unemployed, the disabled, the elderly, the very young, and the special needs of our fellow citizens who are new immigrants to our country. My fellow citizens, our country needs our help to help it go in the direction that we think it should, to give ourselves some hope for change. When I spoke on the phone last week to my little girl, who is 6 years old, she is still in Beijing, going to school. I tried to explain to her what was happening on the campaign trail, and I tried to spell the word Aljunied out for her. And like many young children, she interrupted me before I could finish, and she said, "Oh, a journey." A journey. Ladies and gentlemen, a journey of hope for change, a journey that takes courage and compassion. Let us journey forth together from Aljunied to secure a bright future for Singapore. Majulah Singapura! Majulah Singapura!